At the end of 2007, the Iraq War finally came to an end. President Bush declared victory, and the reconstruction phase began. A sniper named Sergeant Matthews and his spotter, Sergeant Isaac, were sent to a pipeline construction site deep in the Iraqi desert. That's because every American worker there had been found dead. Their new mission: to find out who's behind these killings before the rebuilding project even starts.
Security escort.
Rest that shit's in your head, you understand?
Not near to anything resembling cover.
4 or 5 Hodges came in and bushwhacked.
The soldiers then hid behind the bushes to observe the construction site. However, after 20 long hours, they still hadn't found anything. There were no Iraqi soldiers guarding the area, only countless bodies scattered around the site. Matthews began to think that the place had already been attacked by a previous team who had finished their mission. But strangely, there were no signs of a large-scale battle, no explosions, no chaos. Every victim had been killed silently, each shot precisely to the head. And the only person capable of doing that was the legendary Iraqi sniper known as Juba. Still, Mattis refused to believe that a single sniper could kill so many people in less than 30 seconds. Growing impatient and curious, he finally decided to go down and take a closer look at the site, while Isaac stayed behind to keep watch from a distance.
Shit. Oh, shake that booty. Huh?
Just watch my 6.
How's that one wall?
When Matthews looked closer, he finally began to believe the story about the legendary sniper, because everyone had been shot directly in the head. Matthews then continued moving forward to investigate further, but suddenly a gunshot was heard. The bullet hit Matthews right in the stomach. Isaac immediately ran to save his partner, but just as he got closer, another gunshot echoed, and this time it struck Isaac's leg. Isaac, having no other choice, decided to retreat and hide behind a wall.
Stop talking, bro.
Matthews then asked Isaac to contact the base and call for backup. But unfortunately, their radio couldn't get a signal, because the sniper had already destroyed the antenna. Matthews also told Isaac to locate the sniper's position so he could take the shot. But when Isaac made a small hole in the wall to peek outside, the sniper fired again, and the impact caused Isaac's hand to be injured by falling debris.
You got eyes on him?
Sorry, Matthews.
Now Matthews was losing a lot of blood and had fallen unconscious. Not wanting to end up like his partner, Isaac removed the bullet from his leg and wrapped the wound himself. Sometime later, Isaac was startled by a strange voice coming from his earpiece. He thought it was someone from the base. He quickly reported his situation and requested medical supplies, but he began to feel suspicious. The operator kept asking strange questions, and then told Isaac to fire a shot into the air so the rescue helicopter could locate their exact position. Isaac immediately refused, knowing that it went against protocol and would only reveal their location to the enemy. As Isaac listened carefully to the operator's voice, he suddenly realized the person on the radio wasn't American at all. It was the sniper, who had hacked into Isaac's radio frequency to set a deadly trap.
12 virgins or something?
You have seen through my camouflage. Just you and me out here.
Isaac wasn't fooled by the trick and challenged the sniper instead. But instead of ending the call after being exposed, Juba began asking questions, wanting to know Isaac better. Isaac ignored Juba's attempt to talk and tried several times to reach the base again. But Juba threatened to kill Matthews, leaving Isaac with no choice but to talk with him for a while.
Will they enjoy it, those caskets?
You got an accent.
So now, let's be real.
You're the one who wants to get chatty, bro. 52, 3, 4, 5.
Isaac then drew a map on the ground, to calculate the bullet's possible trajectory and find Juba's position. Juba admitted that he was just an ordinary Iraqi citizen, trying to save his homeland. He asked Isaac to tell him about his family, but Isaac refused. It was too personal to share with a stranger. Isaac mocked Juba for killing people who were actually trying to help rebuild the country, building schools, pipelines, and infrastructures to improve the local economy. But Juba laughed, saying that all the profits made there would only go back to the United States anyway.
Yeah, that's fucking money.
How many tours have you done now?
What about me?
Time went on, and Juba kept asking personal questions about Isaac, which Isaac refused to answer. Juba then proved how dangerous he was by revealing details about the pipeline's owner, which meant he had been listening to their conversation since the beginning. Isaac used his scope to look around and found a dead soldier still holding a radio. He crawled using a stick to reach it without being seen, but the attempt failed. Isaac then tried to drink from his bottle, but it was empty, and there was a bullet hole right through it. It was Juba's doing. From that moment, Isaac realized just how terrifyingly accurate Juba was, able to shoot the antenna, the water bottle, and even his leg with deadly precision. In a situation like this, Isaac knew he would slowly die, alone and helpless.
That's what I think about your fucking wall.
You want to know the weapon I'm using? Shit.
I thought we were being honest.
Isaac then removed the bullet from his leg and examined its shape, trying to identify the weapon Juba was using. He started asking Juba a few things, even calling him a terrorist, which only made Juba laugh. Juba turned the accusation around, saying that the real terrorists were the Americans, who invaded a foreign country with guns, killed its people, and called it freedom. While Juba kept talking, Isaac silently began doing his calculations, observing the terrain carefully. After a while, he finally figured it out. Juba's position was right under a huge pile of trash, so all this time Juba had been hiding there, enduring the burning heat of the desert sun, a sign that he truly was a master sniper. However, Juba denied being a professional sniper. He claimed to be just an ordinary Iraqi citizen, but judging from his accent, Isaac suspected that Juba might actually be a former American soldier who had turned rogue. Still, Juba refused to admit it, saying he only killed those who tried to kill him first. Then Isaac began to open up a little, telling a story from his childhood, about how he met his best friend and how they grew up together.
Shit about you, so why don't you go first?
How many tours have you done now? Be honest with me, Isaac.
Clan works by the fucking Stop and Shop.
After a long conversation, Isaac tried to deceive Juba by placing his jacket and helmet on his rifle, waving it over the wall. However, Juba wasn't fooled by such a simple trick. To make things worse, Isaac's helmet fell to the other side of the wall, which meant he no longer had any protection for his head.
Fucking Haji bitch.
As time passed, Isaac refused to just sit still. He grew desperate and decided to take a risky move. He ran toward a nearby corpse to grab a bag and a radio, then rushed back behind the wall as Juba fired several shots in his direction. Inside the bag, Isaac found water and some food, which he devoured hungrily. Unfortunately, the radio he retrieved no longer worked. Because of Isaac's reckless move, Juba became furious and fired at the wall, destroying Isaac's scope in the process.
Didn't get very...
Suddenly, Isaac heard a voice through his earpiece. It was Matthews, still alive. Isaac quickly informed him about the sniper's position, and Matthews managed to spot Juba's hiding place, beneath a pile of trash covered with a piece of metal. To buy Matthews more time, Isaac kept talking to Juba to distract him. During their conversation, Juba revealed he had once been a teacher in Baghdad, where many of his students were killed in an American airstrike. That's why he decided to seek revenge. The wall where Isaac was hiding, it turned out, was actually part of the ruins of that very school. Juba then asked Isaac why he kept using his broken scope, and Isaac answered that it belonged to his old friend, a friend who had died because of his mistake. Out of guilt, he kept using it even after it was damaged. Meanwhile, Matthews finally grabbed his rifle and fired wildly toward the pile of trash. But as he tried to reload, Juba shot him right in the shoulder. Isaac shouted for him to crawl closer. But as he tried to help, Juba seized the chance and fired one last perfect shot, straight into Matthews' head. Of course, this event left Isaac in complete shock, watching his partner die right in front of him.
You lied so much. I wanna go home. Try to keep the story straight.
Juba then told Isaac he could leave, claiming he wouldn't shoot him. But of course, Isaac didn't believe that for a second. He suspected Juba would kill him the moment he tried to escape. Juba then asked Isaac what his real purpose was for coming here, since the war was already over. Isaac confessed that he was actually the one who killed his own sniper partner by accident. He had mistakenly shot his friend while trying to hit an enemy target. After that incident, he lied to everyone, saying his partner was killed by the enemy instead. In the middle of their tense conversation, Isaac suddenly heard static from his radio. When he checked, to his relief, he finally got a signal again, but the radio couldn't transmit messages due to damage. Even worse, Juba suddenly joined the same frequency, pretending to be Isaac and calling for backup. At that moment, Isaac realized the terrifying truth. Juba had been hacking into American communications all along, posing as U.S. soldiers in need of help, only to ambush and kill every rescue team sent their way.
That's what y'all said an hour ago.
Copy. No.
I
got a call first. You fuck.
Sometime later, Isaac woke up in pain. His leg had been pecked by a crow, refusing to just wait for death. He used a rope to pull Matthew's rifle toward him, aiming it at the trash pile where Juba was hiding. At the same time, a helicopter arrived in the area to rescue Isaac, unaware that it was all part of Juba's trap. Desperate to warn them, Isaac pushed a section of the wall, causing it to collapse as a signal of his position. He then fired blindly at the trash pile, uncertain if he actually hit Juba or not. When the helicopter got closer, Isaac stood up and waved to them. But surprisingly, Juba didn't fire. Isaac thought his random shots had finally taken the sniper down. The rescue team quickly reached him, placed him on a stretcher, and began treating his wounds. Isaac tried to warn them about Juba, but the sound of the helicopter's blades drowned out his voice. Then suddenly, Juba opened fire on the helicopter, killing the medics one by one. Before hitting the pilot, the aircraft spiraled out of control, crashed into the ground, and killed Isaac instantly. After eliminating both Matthews and Isaac, Juba once again hacked into U.S. communications, posing as another American soldier to lure in the next unsuspecting rescue team. And that's how the movie ends. Alright guys, that was the full story of the movie The Wall. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown, and I apologize if there were any mistakes in the storytelling or name mentions. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next video.